What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today we actually cover the Senior Division Top 8 deck list from the European International Championship. And if you missed yesterday's video, well, don't worry. All you really need to know is that 5 Evitar Garbodor made Top 8, 2 Volcanians, and 1 Greninja, which definitely proves that Evitar Garbodor is the best deck in the format right now for Standard Division. Or standard, yeah, standard division, just standard. I don't know what you put after standard when you say that, but today we're going to cover this senior division and see if they follow the same path as masters, or do seniors have different results. Well, you see right now from the first place list, you see that Tanner did win the whole tournament with the Evitar Garbodor. So starting off strong, we do have a replica winner, which is both Evitar Garbodor. We covered a lot about this deck already from yesterday's video. 3 Evitar, 2 Evitar, 2 Garbodor, 2 Shaman, and 9-4. If you missed yesterday's video, every single dark deck played 9-4. This is definitely 100% staple. This is, I mean, if you're playing dark and you're not playing 9-4, it doesn't look like you're gonna make cut, because every single list has played 9-4, unless that changes today. But so far, every single deck has played 9 dark and 4 DCE. All right, so like I said yesterday, most of these Evitar Garbodor lists are either going to play Olympia or Pokemon Center Lady, and it looks like Tanner is going to play Olympia. We see that they did play a Team Flare Grunt, and once again, oh no, 3 Trainers Mail, so they do play Trainers. Okay, never mind, we're good. I was going to say they don't play Trainers Mail, but they do play Trainers Mail. But playing Team Flare Grunt, the discard energy off the opponent's active, and combining this with Enhanced Hammer, you can make your opponent does not get any like energies for the turn, because you can like enhance him, discard the DCE, Team Flare Gun, discard the dark, and leave him with no energies. And we're going to see that Tanner did not play a Super Rod, which is how they fit the Team Flare Gun in there. But everything else looks pretty standard. The Linklet is definitely becoming a staple in most of these Evitar Garbodor lists to win the Stadium War and to put your opponent down to 0 cards if needed as well, which is fantastic. But you have everything else pretty much the same. 3 Flowstone, 4 Max Elixir, Ultra Ball. Yep, so I mean, I hate saying that this is a standard list. Like, first of all, congrats to Tanner. Like, that is amazing. Made finals. You won the whole tournament in the senior division, but these Evitar Garbodor lists are becoming pretty much the same vanilla thing. So let's look at and see what's all made. So Evitar Garbodor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Holy cow. 6 made. Oh my goodness. And even like Greninja, which is a deck like Greninja and Vespiquen Zip Strike are the 2 decks that are very, very close to beating Evitar Garbodor. But even the finals, Jason did unfortunately lose to Evitar Garbodor. But it looks like in top 4 he did take it down, and possibly in top 8 he took it down as well. And that's the thing about Greninja. Like, you can get set up, but if you play one match or you do not get set up, you pretty much lose. Oh man. But first off, congrats to Jason getting second place with Greninja, breaking the barrier, getting Greninja break. But unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened in the finals, but I imagine either something, probably dead Drew, because if Greninja sets up, they do give Evitar a run for its money. Even with Garbodor, you can still give a great matchup. So, 3 Greninja break, 4 Greninja with the Moonlight Slash 60, pick energy, 20 damage. Greninja break has a giant water shuriken, discard of water, do 60 damage. The Frogadier for water duplicates, which makes it so strong. And we'll see Jason is not going to play 80 Talonflame, which I think is the correct play. This is more like Chris's list from Fort Wayne Regionals. Before 4, 3 Greninja, and 1 Drachu with the Stardust to help out a little more against the Evitar matchup. 6 and 4, which I do love the Force Splash energy. It is fantastic in this deck. But everything else pretty standard, like the Ace Trainer, which we know that Chris did play, the Lysander, a Ranger. Now, Ranger can help out against the mirror match. A Ranger removes all effects of attacks on each player and his or her Pokemon. So what you can do is, let's say you're playing the Greninja mirror match, right? They use Shadow Stitching for 40, make it where you can't use any of your abilities, but you can use Ranger, get rid of that, and start using your break, which can help you win the game. Now, I said earlier that Greninja gives Evotal a run for his money, and that's because Burst Balloon does 60 if it's attached to Pokemon and your opponent attacks it. Combining this with a Moonlight Slash and another just a regular attack could knock it out. Like if you Moonlight Slash for 60, they hit you for 60. You can then hit them back for 60 with a Moonlight Slash, which was 180 damage, which can take a knock on an Evital EX. And this is what makes the matchup kind of weird. Like, yeah, they might knock out a Greninja, but once your Greninja break, you're 170 HP. And if you have no energies on you, they have to have like what 8 energies on them with a fighting fury mode or something crazy like that. I think it's like 8. Yeah, I think it's no, it might be 7. Yeah, 140 then base 160 plus the fighting fury 170. So yeah, if they have they need a lot of energies to one shot your Greninja break. So that's why it's such a good match. Like it's not a good matchup. It's definitely still like in Evital's favor, for sure. It's like Evital can still easily win this matchup, but it's more for Evital. But at least with Greninja break having so much HP, just needing that one energy attack and you can't pick it up back into your hand and combining this with Burst Point, it does actually give you a chance to beat the dreaded Evital Garbodor deck. Now we see that he did play a Max Potion, which can hit all the damage counters on one of your Pokemon, but you gotta remove all the energy. But once again, we go back to Greninja with that Moonlight Slash, making it where, hey, I can pick up the energy, then Max Potion, and make it where, you basically did nothing last turn. Play 2 Faded Town for the Megas and 2 Rough Seas, which you know that Greninja does have free retreat, so you can switch between different Greninjas, and then you use Rough Seas to heal each one on the bench, which is fantastic. For Dive Ball, looks like 2 Ultra Balls. To say no Ultra Ball would be very strange with the Jirachi. But yep, really good list. Congrats, Jason, for making second place. That is fantastic. Alright, now let's look at this Evital Garbodor list. Now, yesterday in the Master Division, when we started looking at the Evital Garbodor list, at first you're like, okay, Evital Garbodor, okay, all right, cool, but they were all different. Every single one had different kind of things. I think first place and second place were fairly close, but then everything else played totally different. And I wonder to continue. All right, so Michael Long. Oh wow! So Michael does break the barrier actually and plays 8 dark instead of the 9. I mean, I know it's not that big of a deal, but it's actually a really big deal for me because this is the first Evital Garbodor deck that I'm talking about that's not playing a 9-4 split that we've seen forever. And we're actually going to see he plays 3 Crushing Hammer instead, so he ends up go heavy energy denial and trying to discard energies off your opponent. Playing the Cinder Lady instead of the Olympia, like I said, you're playing Cinder Lady or Olympia. 3 Max Elixirs, 3 Trainer's Ball, and this is how he fit the 3 Crushing Hammers in here, which is fantastic. So yeah, Michael is going to go for the Crushing Hammer route. It did make him top 4, so congratulations. Next up is going to be Cal. I know I'm going to go over these lists kind of fast. We're going to talk over things that are different. So another same exact Pokemon, 9 and 4. And we're going to see Kyle did play Olympia. So right now, Olympia is winning. Delinquent, VS Seeker, Max Elixir, 2 Enhanced Hammer. There's Super Rod I was talking about. It was he actually does play a Faded Town instead of 3 Parallels. And it's kind of up to you. Like, you could play like 3 Trainers Mill. We're seeing that he is playing the 2 Trainers Mill, which does have room for the Faded Town. And this is like how these lists like just become a little bit different. Just these little different changes can make probably the big difference in your decks. Faded Town does help against Mega Evolutions, but that's where your Fright Knight should shine because, if you have an Axe Spot, your opponent's tools don't work, so they can't Mega Evolve, and, they have to waste turn of Mega Evolving unless they License or then Mega Evolve, of course, like always. But yep, that is going to be Cal's list. The interesting about this is going to be the Faded Town. Next up is going to be Adam. Once again, another Evital Garbodor. But once again, guys, congrats to every single one. And Adam is going to be our first one that actually makes his deck a little bit different and just plays 4 Evital EX. Just like we saw yesterday. I can't remember exactly his name. But just playing 4 Evital EX. None of the Fright Knight, just saying, hey, Evital EX, one of the best attackers. That's what I'm going to play, and we're going to see what happens. Now, I didn't go over this yesterday, but the problem playing just like Quad Evital is you could lose to a Ranger. Well, I mean, a Regice, I guess. Not Ranger, Regice. There is Jolteon as well, but you're like, all right, whatever, Jolteon will just take the loss, which is, whatever. But for Evital, 2 Garbodor, 2 Shaman, 9 and 4. We are saying he plays Sinner Lady over the Olympia, so I think it's 2-2 right now. Playing Team Flurgunt for Max Elixir, 4 Flowstones. I think I saw it right. Yeah, 4 Flowstones, 2 Fury Belts, and we're going to see 3 Enhanced Hammer, not just 2. Adam is going to play 3 in his list to discard those DCs off your opponent's side of the field to help you out against the mirror even more. And including the Team Flurgunt, you have an option of discarding all 4 of your opponent's DCs, which is fantastic. So congrats to Adam for making top 8. Next up is going to be Christian Marino playing. Okay, so this one is going to get a little bit different. Going to be playing the Believing Wing Evital instead of a, I guess, well, not that. 9-4. I wonder what he cut for it. It's always hard to tell. Let's see. The 2 trainers, Mel, Ranger, Pokemon Center Lady. I'm not sure what exactly he cut for that. Still playing the 2 Fright Night, the 3 Evital EX, but 1 Evital with the Oblivion Wing 30 and attach a Dark from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Oh, looks like he cut it in maybe for 1. But then he plays Ranger. Just a second ago, I was talking about, hey, Ranger can help out against Regice, but it also helps against Jolteon. Jolteon's still a really bad matchup because they're lightning, and you're weak to lightning, and you have no way to counter that. I don't know if Rangers really needed Evital. I think you just take the loss against Jolteon. Like, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna lose against it. I can't really do too much about it. But playing the Team Florgon, the 2 Enhanced Hammers, this is becoming a super staple. Like the 2 Enhanced Hammers is almost every single deck. Alright, so before we go to Angel, we're going to go to Johnny playing Evital Garbodor. Looks like another just standard list. But we're going to see he doesn't play any. Yeah, he actually doesn't play any Olympia or Pokemon Center Lady. He's actually going to opt to play 1 Escape Rope. It's where they have Delinquent down here. But 1 Escape Rope over Center Lady or Olympia. So there we go. Team Flurgunt. Almost every single list play Team Flurgunt nowadays. 2 Enhanced Hammer. 3 Flowstone. Everything else seems pretty much the same in all these other lists. Alright, so let's go over to the one different deck, and that's going to be Angel. I guess that's how you say their name. Playing Volcanion. Alright, so Volcanion, I know I've said this before, but 12 Fire, it's definitely become the staple. Like, if you're looking to build Volcanion, test it out with 12 Fires. That seems like what everybody's playing right now. But 3 Volcanion, 4 Volcanion X, 2 Shaman, and 1 Hoopa. Nothing too crazy about that. 4 Sycamore, 2 in. 1 Olympia, which does help you against Fright Knight, Fisherman, Ranger, 1 Escape Rope, and 2 Retrieval. I know I said this yesterday for sure, but I definitely love 4 Retrieval on my Volcanion list. I think it's, I don't know, I just like having the option to constantly use Retrieval every single turn, and a supporter card. Fisherman is nice, don't get me wrong, you get back 4 basic energies, but just having like the option to constantly just Retrieval, play another supporter card is fantastic, and that's why I love 4 over just the 2. But yeah, everything else seems normal. I mean, I guess, 2 Skyfield, 1 Faded Town. It always becomes like a weird decision of which one do you play. Faded Town does help against Megas a little bit more, but I think it's still a very, I think, Mega Guard is probably one of your tough matchups. A Mega Claws is definitely really tough because they can constantly just one-shot you. Maybe not Mega Guard so much because they can't constantly one-shot you. They discard a bunch of Pokemon and have to constantly use Rattata to knock out a Volcanion EX. But there we go, guys. There's the top 8 list from the Senior Division. Nothing too exciting. I think we have, yesterday we had 5 Evital Garbodors with 2 Volcanion and 1 Greninja. This time around we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 Greninja, 1 Volcanion. So definitely right now, if you look at the standard format, you're thinking, all right, Volcanion, or not Volcanion, Evital Garbodor is the best deck. Coming in second and third is going to be Greninja and Volcanion. It's hard to say which one is better, but those are the 3 best decks right now. I know at the International Championship, they did have like Mega Guardy, they had Mega Crozza, they had Zebstrika, Vessel Queen, they had all these different decks, but these 3 decks have made cuts so far over the past 2 days of covering the top 8 decks. And the question is the Junior Division going to stay the same? Are we going to see a repeat of Volcanion, not Volcanion, Evital Garbodor, just like making a clean sweep? Oh man, that's so crazy, guys. Last year when Night March was running rampant, it wasn't winning like every single spot like it is right now with Evital Garbodor. So it'll be interesting to see what won the Junior Division, and we'll find that out tomorrow. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty, bye.
Alright, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our three sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.